NBC's Parks and Rec used to be a pop culture darling of the 2010s, loved by liberals for its warm embrace of ghosts of administrations past.
And you must be Leslie Knope. Welcome. Welcome.
My name just came out of your mouth.
Well, yeah, it did.
This isn't happening. This isn't real.
No, it's happening, and I'm delighted to have you here.
Oh my, how things have changed, both for Joe Biden and the show that loved him. Now the old guards of neoliberalism are sadly out of favor with far-left Zoomers and young millennials. Oh, you like Hillary Clinton? How cringe. Now, Parks and Rec and other pop culture phenomenons from the last decade are being trashed by a new breed of younger, more progressive cynics. According to Vox, Parks and Recreation is now widely considered an overrated and tunnel-visioned portrait of the failures of Obama-era liberalism. Iconic and beloved Harry Potter is the neoliberal fantasy of a transphobe. Perhaps most dramatic of all is the rapid fall of Hamilton and its creator and star Lin-Manuel Miranda, whose reputation is now one of embarrassing earnestness. I guess when it comes to pop culture, you either die a liberal hero or live long enough to become an embarrassing old villain. Joining me now is Libby Emmons, editor-in-chief of The Post-Millennial, to discuss. Libby, it strikes me that all of these people have done something particularly wrong, but I think we could see pretty early on that Lin-Manuel was going to get hit pretty hard for having the audacity to defend the American founding. What are your thoughts on this trend?
Yeah, I think Hamilton is legitimately the best American musical that has ever been staged in the history of our great musical tradition. It's a spectacular show. It brings the founding of America to all of us. It shows us that the face of America's founders are literally every one of us. Anyone could be George Washington. Anybody can take that risk. Anyone can step out and proclaim that they are going to be independent and seek freedom and liberty. And I love the show. I think that what they're doing to Manuel Miranda is absurd. He loved the book. He wrote about Hamilton. There's a lot in the show, too, about abolition. There's John Lawrence is in there talking about how he's going to sally in on a stallion with the 1st Black Battalion, and it's spectacular. It's a great show. It's absurd what they're doing to it. It's almost like they just hate the country or something.
Well, you know, Libby, the thing that I was thinking about as I was reading this take was you do realize that whatever culture you are enjoying right now, if you're one of these progressive cynics, it will be judged 10 years from now or even sooner by someone even more cynical and more progressive than you. Like, you haven't even really addressed yet, you know, how many things are wrong with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You know, you haven't even started to get into the levels of cringe here. So I guess my question to you on that is, do you think that there's any reversing this trend? Is there a point where people just sort of tune out all of these critics and cynics and just say, look, we're going to enjoy good art as it is. We're going to be entertained by it, a good sitcom or the like, a great musical in the case of Hamilton, and we're not going to listen to you anymore?
Yeah, I think that's all of us all the time. The hate that's thrown at J.K. Rowling is literally because she stands up for women. The hate that's thrown at Harry Potter now is because people don't like when someone goes around standing up for women. I don't think that we have to listen to any of these cynics, and I think it's also really telling that the hate for Hamilton didn't start until it left the realm of Broadway and became something that all of us could enjoy and take part in. Once it wasn't an elitist entertainment anymore, they had no time for it.
Yeah, once it wasn't being performed for people who just voted for Obama and started to be performed for people who might have voted for someone else in 2016, it became very problematic in the lessons that they would take away from it. Libby, thank you so much for joining me tonight.
Thanks so much, Ben.